Hi, and welcome to Talks with Shay. So today I would like to begin with reading from Ephesians chapter 4 and verse 29. And it says, "Let no corrupt communication proceed out of your mouth, but that which is good to the use of edifying, that it may minister grace unto the hearers." So today, for part two of Keep Fighting, I want to talk to you about being positive. So when I think about being positive, I think of the fight it takes to be positive. It takes nothing. It seems like no effort to be negative. But to be positive is definitely a fight. We live in a world with so many things that's going wrong, and we can focus on those things if we choose. But there's so many things that's going right. If we leave it up to the news and media and things like that to always deliver us just the things that's going around the world, we will always be filled in our minds with the negativity. The news rarely tells all the positive things that people go through in life. If we just sit back and look back over our own life in the last month, let's say, there's always more positive than negatives. The thing about it is, it's almost like when something bad happens in our life, it's like to us, it's the end of the world. Like this is just the ultimate. I'm done. Why this happened? Blah, blah, blah. Why we don't put all that energy into the positive things that happen in our lives? We blow up the negative things so much. We give, like my pastor always say, we're not trying to give any glory to the devil, but we give him so much glory with all the negative things that surround us or happen in our lives. If we would focus more on the positive things in our lives, for one, God woke us up this morning. That's the first positive thing that we should be thankful for today and every day that He gives us life. We take little things for granted. The positive things, if you have sight, if you have a sense of smell and taste and your six senses, your limbs, your health, we have so many things to be positive about. But the minute something negative happens, we take all of that positive energy that we had and we pour it all into the negative energy and give it that negative energy. And then we focus more on the negative things and completely forget about the positive things. My good outweighs my bad. So my positive should outweigh my negative. We are not guaranteed to have a life just full of beauty and always on the ups and always on the high. Yeah, we have our lows. But my goodness, we have to realize that in the midst of the lows that we still have so much to be positive about. It doesn't take any energy to be negative, but it takes a lot of energy to be positive. And you know why? Because you have to be intentional to be positive. You have to do it on purpose. Because negative things, it seems like it's so easy to have a positive conversation with somebody and always have something negative to come in. And it's like if we're going to talk about negative things, we have to talk more about positive things. It's a fight. It's a real fight. I say it for myself, it is a fight. Because it does seem like when something goes wrong, it feels like everything goes wrong. But why we can't think about that with the positive things? That when something goes right, everything goes right. It's like we always focus so much energy into the negative things that goes on. This world produces enough negative energy. We, especially as believers and children of God and walking around, we're supposed to be the light of this world. We need to bring that positive energy into this dark world of all this negativity. The world doesn't teach you how to love, but the world teaches you how to hate. God teaches you how to love. And if we call ourselves children of God, we need to walk around with the love of God for everybody and towards everyone. When you learn to love, you learn to be positive. You know, the minute if you think about it, you have animosity with somebody or beef with somebody, it's so easy to say something negative about that person. But if you make friends and amends with that person, then you have something positive to say about that person, right? Well, yeah, Shalonda, you know, but the thing is, even when people do us wrong, we have to remember they're human. You know what? They're going to fail us. They're going to disappoint us. You know, I've experienced a situation this past, week and a half or so like that, where I was let down by something someone did. And I had to go remind myself. I cried about it. I prayed about it. I left it in the hands of God. But you know what? When I look back, I say they're human. And the one thing that I had to realize is that the truth is they do love me and they do care. And so I had to grip on to the truth, which was the positive side, and not focus on the negative side and realize they're human. Just like we are human and we make mistakes and we want people to write us a little excuse, like you go to the doctor and excuse our negative behavior and excuse our stank attitude, and we want people to excuse our comments that we shouldn't have made, and we want people to excuse the wrong that we've done. But when it comes time for us to do that for someone else, it's hard for us to push through. But it's time that we push through. Even when someone does something negative, look at all the positives that they've done for you. Because I'm more than sure, especially if it's somebody that you know, I'm sure that they've done more positive to you than negative. Hold on to those positives. And you know what? Brush the negatives off. The Bible tells us to be quick to forgive. You know, we can't let this stuff just sit in our spirits of all this negativity, because guess what? We are a product of what we allow to come into our spirit. We are the product of what we allow to come into our minds. You know, we allow those things. And so we constantly allowing negative things to feed into our spirit. That's what we're going to come out with, negative things. Negative things going to come out of our mouths. We're going to have bad and negative relationships and always have something sad to say. But if we fill our spirits with positive things, that's what's going to come out. You know, when we're positive, we're more gentle. When we're positive, we're more uplifting. When we're positive, we're more encouraging. Positive things produce positive things, you know? And so we have to realize that we can be positive in the midst of this negative world that the devil has created. And yes, God has allowed it because we have free will. God has given us that. And that's why I put and felt that God allowed me to put part 2 of being positive, because it's a fight. It's a fight against this flesh. The Bible even quotes scripture about, I want to do right, but it's like something pulling me to do wrong. It's a battle, you know, so it's a constant fight. You're wanting to do right, but sometimes you do the wrong thing. You know, it's a constant fight, but we can do this. We can be a positive person. We can inspire other people. We can push through the negativity. We can be quick to forgive. We can be quick to walk away and say, you know what? They're probably having a bad day. It wasn't personal. We have to realize that every time someone does something bad to hurt our feelings, speaking to self, that we don't have to always take it so personal. I'm guilty of that. I've had people tell me I walk around with my feelings on my sleeve, you know, because sometimes my feelings are hurt so easily. But the point is, I'm pushing and I'm gonna fight to be positive. No matter what negative thing that people have done to me and said, I can still change it to a positive. If not towards that person, towards myself, and not take it personal, not let it ruin my whole day. You know, we allow one wrong thing to ruin our whole day. If you've never experienced that, you need to come on Talks with Shay and tell us all how to do that, because I'm guilty of that. You know, that I let one wrong thing go wrong. Especially, don't let it go wrong in the morning. It's like, my whole day is off now. My morning's not right. Why? We have to choose to fight to be positive. Just because our days may get off on a rough start sometimes doesn't mean it has to end that way. And we have to fight to be positive. We have to fight, because it's so easy to be down. It's so easy to be isolated. All of the negative things is just feeding into what the devil wants us to be. Isolated, down, and negative. You know why? So we don't share the love of God with other people. Sometimes we're that only person that people see the love of God through. So we have to fight. We have to fight to be positive. We have to fight to realize that everything is not always personal. Sometimes people just have a bad day. And if you want positive things to take place in your life, speak those positive things into your life. Stop looking at the world, because one thing go wrong, your whole world will go wrong. It won't. It's never happened yet unless you're constantly feeding off of the negativity. You're surrounding yourself around negative people. Boom. It's time to find some more friends. Get rid of them people in your circle and get you a new circle. Because right now, if you have negative people in your circle, you have a half circle. You need a whole circle of positivity. And you do whatever it takes to protect your peace so you can live with a positive spirit and a positive attitude towards life and towards yourself. Be gentle with yourself, and realize that, what? Because sometimes we make mistakes and it's so hard for us to forgive ourselves of those mistakes. We can't erase it. It's happened. I've done it. I fought through it, but I'm better today because I kept fighting. So keep fighting no matter what negative decisions you've made. Know that you're still here and you can change that situation into something positive. Be positive. Fight the good fight, like the Bible says, but fight the good fight of positivity. You can do it. I believe in you, so believe in yourself. Be positive and keep fighting. So, before I go, I just want to remind you, if you haven't already, check out my website at www.talkswithshay.org, or you can subscribe to my videos on YouTube and find me on Facebook. Like my page, share my page, invite your friends to like my page. And until next time with Talks with Shay, Shay is out. Y'all be blessed.